single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello, welcome to Tomorrow Again. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. You know what, you guys, it has been a while since my last video, and I was supposed to announce what thing I was going to send to you guys in the form of a dream. I was going to send it to you guys telepathically in a dream. Well, I'm going to tell you right now what that was. I wanted you to concentrate on a shape, more of a description than naming the item that I was sending. I think that works better. I was sending a hat. Just any kind of hat. I just started tossing the hats out into the universe. Just different kinds of hats. Cowboy hat, baseball cap, fedora, just hats in general. Those are the objects that I was sending you guys. And I wonder how many people got that right. Let me know in the comment section. Now, it's story time. I went to Walmart the other day. That's probably one of my favorite things to do during my downtime. I am quite busy doing readings and trying to get videos together for my channel, but I do work full-time as a psychic, and sometimes when I don't have a full day, I'll go to Walmart, and for whatever reason, whenever I get to the checkout lane and the checker asks me, "How's your day?" and I'll respond, "It's been good." And that, for some reason, makes the checker feel like I want to listen to her complaints, her problems, or his complaints or his problems. It's story time. I was at the checkout. I decided this particular day not to do self-checkout. I just didn't feel like doing it. I wanted to do the regular checkout, and so I got up to the counter, and as I mentioned, the checker said, "How have you been? How's your day?" And I said, "Oh, it's been good. Been a good day." And she said, "Well, for me, it has been horrible. If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not my co-workers, it's the customers. If it's not the customers, it's my manager, the boss." This, and she just went on and on as to tell me how horrible her day had been. As a matter of fact, she said the entire week had gone that way. Then, before I could even acknowledge what she had just complained about, she started saying, "And you know what? I'm so sick of men." She said, "Men are just annoying, they're all dogs, they're insensitive," and she said especially younger men. And I really felt at that point that she was really just wanting to vent. She didn't necessarily want my opinion or my input, but I was ready to go. By the time she got to the subject of how men all sucked, I was ready to hand her my card, pay for my items, and just leave. And then I noticed an older gentleman to my left, right behind me. And something about his flowers. He had a vase, a glass vase in his hand, and he had a bunch of flowers laying on the counter. And I said, "Excuse me, sir, those flowers are really getting my attention for some reason. There's a lot of good energy coming from those flowers." Well, obviously flowers put off good energy. Flowers are beautiful and they smell wonderful. And he looked at me and he had an expression on his face as to say, "Ooh, I'm glad you asked." Now, mind you, the lady at the checkout was continuing to complain about men or dogs, and her coworkers are annoying, especially the male coworkers, and blah, 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 blah. She was really a nice girl, but she was frustrated. So the man that had the flowers told me, he said, he asked me, do you want to hear a story? And I was thinking, well, I think I have no choice. Sure, I want to hear a story. He said, I bought 8 flowers for someone because they did 8 things for me. There's 8 things about them that I love. And I thought, wow, how wonderful. I said, who are those flowers for? And he didn't answer me. He just continued to lift the flowers up and show me the flowers, and there were different colors and different variety of flowers. And I thought to myself, I believe he's a man, if I'm not mistaken. And I said to the girl at the checkout, now, what were you saying about men or dogs and customers are so annoying? I said, this is a man. And before I could say that, she said, he's an older man. Older men are nice. It's the younger ones that I have a problem with. And just as she said that, I promise you, there was a young man, probably in his mid-20s, directly behind her, and he had what looked like a dozen of flowers. Now, it's not Valentine's Day, it's not Mother's Day. No, it's not Mother's Day. This is mid-July. I don't know why these 2 men had flowers and were at the checkout at the same time, other than metaphysically, this lady was to look and get the message. All men are not the same. All customers are not the same. You cannot lump everyone together according to your own personal experience. So, I just wanted to share that snippet of a story time with you guys because it actually made my day. I don't think all men are bad, or men are dogs, or women are dogs, or customers are bad, but sometimes you can get wrapped up in the negativity and it can pull you in the direction to actually believe that the majority of people are bad. I promise you, the majority of people are good, the majority of people can be trusted, the majority of people want the best for you. Not everyone, but the majority of people are good. I wanted to make a prediction. There's been a lot going on in the world. There's been earthquakes, threats of hurricanes and tornadoes, and people losing their lives in the Dominican Republic. Well, people are losing their lives all over the world. But there's been a lot in the news, a lot going on. I had a dream the other day, and I started not to share it with you guys because I'm not usually able to predict things from a dream. But I had a dream within a dream. I had a dream that I was dreaming. Have you ever experienced that? You're dreaming about a dream? Well, I experienced that. And I saw a map of what looked like an island off not too far from Florida. And I couldn't see what that island was. But then I started seeing, I think it's coordinates. I'm not sure what that means, but I think I started seeing numbers. And I don't know any specifics, but within the dream, I had a feeling that there could be lots of water, lots of flooding, maybe even some type of hurricane off the coast of Florida. And I don't even know the when, but it shook me up. And this was a couple of days ago, and I started to make a video about it, warning people. But I see so much at various times sometimes I don't even know which way is up. But you guys, be prepared, the best that you can be prepared, because I do see flooding. I see flooding in the streets, and the location could be totally wrong, because this was like a dream within a dream. It was the weirdest experience. But I saw people in the street being swept further down the street from flooding, and the water was, the water looked dirty, kind of muddy to me. And I don't want to read a whole lot into it at this time, but if I sense something else or dream something else involving this, I will definitely let you know. And once again, the location, I could be off on that, but I believe it was off the coast of Florida. Also, I seen, not in a dream, I'm sorry. Also, I began to have psychic feelings, or feelings of ESP or premonition, of a small airplane going down in the ocean. And I'm not going to say which ocean, because I'm not sure. But I see black letters on a light steel gray airplane, and it's a small plane. And I don't like making predictions like that, because predictions like that can mess with someone's mind. But if I can get a message out there to the people who are responsible for checking an airplane, in particular a smaller plane, please check and double check, and make sure that doesn't happen. But the energy around that, it makes me afraid. So I'm saying this in a video, and I know it's not, I'm not giving great detail, but that's the best that I've got. I see a plane, and I want to say there's a green emblem that looks like a flag, and a black cross maybe. But when you give predictions, there's a responsibility that goes along with that. And I'm going to tell you guys that it is not 100% accurate. It could never happen. I hope it never happens. Sometimes when I use my psychic intuition, it's like trying to find the details of a memory of 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It works just like that. Someone could say to me, what was your first day in kindergarten like? And that was tons of years ago. And then I'll try to remember. I don't remember my teacher's name. I used to remember my kindergarten teacher's name, and I think her name began with a, I can't remember her name. I remember how she wore her hair. I remember she fed us crackers and milk for our little snack time. I remember laying down on a blue and red plastic mat. You see, certain things I can remember from my first day at kindergarten, but there's certain details I cannot remember. Certain details are not accurate because it's too far in the past. And that's how it is when I'm trying to recall something that has not happened yet. When I'm trying to predict something, I don't always see the details correctly. So please keep that in mind. The point of this channel for me is to really strengthen the ability to see things, to see the future, to predict things, because I feel like in so many ways it could help so many people. And that's what this channel is about. That's one of the things that it's about. But it's always about helping people, whether it's someone who's suffering because they're seeing ghosts and there's no explanation, or their house is haunted, or they keep having reoccurring nightmares and dreams, or whether they have experienced sleep paralysis. This channel is to help people who are experiencing the unknown and how to put things together, how to keep it together. This is Tomorrow again, wishing you guys the best of the best. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, your month, your year. I'll be back soon. Until my next video, I'm wishing you guys the best of the best. Thank you.